What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope all you're having a great day today. Getting into this episode of Days of Our Lives, it's about damn time Victor knows the truth. It's about time. Finally, everything's out in the open, and I'm pretty sure Victor's just absorbing all this information. Now he learned about what happened to Brady, and Philip explained it's basically because of him. And basically, Victor is only going to forgive Philip for his transgressions, depending on the outcome of what happened to Brady, pretty much. So if Brady lives, he'll more than likely forgive Philip. If Brady dies, God help Philip. But we all know Brady ain't gonna die. But Philip is sitting there throughout this whole confession. He's sitting there basically telling Victor he still feels like Xander is not the right fit to be CEO of Titan. At the end of the day, Philip has proven that maybe Xander is the right fit as CEO of Titan because Xander's not the one running around laundering money for mob families, gambling money away. He's not the one doing those things. Philip is doing all that. And I'm pretty sure Victor is very ashamed of Philip right now and very disappointed in him because Philip is Victor's heir apparent. He's always been the heir apparent to Titan. But Philip is disappointing at this point. Like, how the hell are you going to be an heir to Titan Industries when you can't make smart decisions? I mean, every decision Philip has made so far has led to from one disaster to another. So Victor's not very confident about him leading Titan. And I'm pretty sure it was always Victor's dream to leave Titan to Philip. But I don't think he's going to do that now. Not with this. Philip has pretty much proven to Victor that he can't be trusted. Um, and that he can't trust him with one of the major things that he care about besides his family is his company, because we all know how Victor feels about Titan. It's like another child to Victor. So the mere fact that he can't trust Philip, I say, hey, give it to somebody else. Give it to Xander at this point, because Xander has proven that he can run the company. I know Philip and Brady weren't happy about Xander being CEO, but hell, he's been proving himself. And obviously Victor's happy about his work, so if it ain't broke, why fix it? But, it's about time Philip, came, clean with his father, even though Xander was the one who pretty much spilled the beans. But it is what it is. Philip got himself in this mess, and instead of coming to Victor, he tried to clean it up and only made matters worse. Because now look, Brady's laying up in the hospital bed because of Philip. Um, so he better hope Brady makes it through. So anyway, moving on from that, Kristen. Mm. Kristen is a fucking nutball. Like, she is crazy as all get out. I'm like, Kristen, what the hell are you doing? Like, she's sitting here pulling guns on people, just in that hospital room acting a fool. John had to basically try and talk her down and, let her know, like, this ain't the way. All this energy, this turmoil that's going on in that hospital room is not good for Brady. So she eventually lowered the gun and stuff like that, started crying and sobbing. And then, Marlena and them try to comfort her and stuff like that, telling her how Rachel needs her. Um, and all Kristen is worried about is getting revenge on Chloe. That's all she's worried about. And Marlena kept trying to tell her, like, no, revenge is not the answer to this. It's not going to help you. It's not going to do anything but bring more freaking pain. That's all it's going to bring. But Kristen ain't trying to hear it. And even Tony and Chad try to comfort her and talk her down and let her know, like, give up the gun, turn yourself into the cops, because they know if she doesn't, it's going to add more years to her sentence. That's all it's going to do. So they're like, you know what? Turn yourself in, do the right thing. And of course, she's pretty much telling Chloe, oh, this ain't over. See, Kristen just does not learn. Like, and I understand that's that DiMeras in her, but she just does not learn. You are already in prison. When you get out, not only are you doing things to add more years to your sentence, but then when you talk about when you get out, oh, you're going to do this and you're going to do that, you're not even thinking about your child. You know what I mean? I just feel like Kristen is not fit to be a parent. And I feel like Brady is even dumber for even getting that chick pregnant. Had Brady not gotten involved with Kristen, A lot of this probably wouldn't even be going on. I mean, it probably will because Kristen is pretty much obsessed with Brady, but you pretty much linked yourself to this woman for the rest of your life when you didn't have to. Like getting her pregnant was one of the biggest mistakes Brady could have made because you done linked her to your family forever. Like that was just dumb. Um, yeah, Kristen is just not fit to be a parent. I'm sorry, she's not. She's not fit to watch a pet turtle, let alone a whole child. No, absolutely not. She's too crazy. Like she's deranged. And her whole point of getting revenge on Chloe, it's not even about what happened to Brady. It's about the simple fact that Brady and Chloe were kissing. That's pretty much what that revenge is all about. It ain't got nothing to do with that shooting because Chloe had nothing to do with that. Literally nothing to do with that shooting. It's not her fault. I don't understand why Chloe's beating herself up, blaming herself for it. It's not your fault. Hell, blame Philip for it. Blame Ava. Blame the Vitalis for that. You know? That's where the fault lies. That's where the fault lies. It lies with them and Xander, partially. Because Xander and Sarah done messed around in business they ain't had no business doing. And, you know, this is what happens. But it's mostly on Philip, though, because Philip caused all this hell. Ain't nobody tell him to go gamble all his money away and owe them people no money. Ain't nobody tell him to do that, but his dumb ass done went and did it. And that's what happens when you mess around. Mm. I feel bad for John, though. You know, to have Brady in another situation where he could die. I mean, not that long ago, hell, John was in a situation where he was about to die. You know what I mean? Like, it's just this constant either Brady's about to die or John's about to die. It's like either way you slice it, somebody gonna be laid up in that hospital bed. But I feel bad for him, you know. But it's good that he got his boo, um, Marlena there to comfort him as usual, as a wife should. Um, it was super funny though how Tony just completely laughed off Kristen holding him at gunpoint. Like he was talking about that shit like it's normal, like it's just a walk in the park for him. I'm like, okay, because he was like, shit, he doesn't take it personally because he was like, we're DiMeras, like it comes with the territory. That's part for the course for our family, you know, which is weird. I'm like, okay, so holding knives and guns on each other is what I do. Interesting. But the DiMeras are interesting. I will give them that. I really feel like if Stefano was still alive, Kristen would not see the inside of a prison because we all know Stefano could have got her out of this mess. So that just goes to show how much power the DiMeras have lost over the years since Stefano been gone. Stefano would have found a way to get her out like that. Like she would have never seen the inside of prison. Her or Dr. Rolf. Stefano just knew how to keep motherfuckers out of prison. I mean, think about it. Stefano knew how to keep himself out of prison on the worst of charges. So if Stefano could manage to get himself out, he can get other people out. I remember the last time Kristen was in trouble and stuff like that, and she was gonna go to prison, and John was in the hospital. I think John was in a coma or whatever, and he ended up getting a formula that could wake John up. I think it was John. I think it was after Teresa hit him with that fire poker, and he was in that coma, and Stefano found that formula, or he got it from Rolf or wherever, and he told them that he would give them half the formula and then they'll get the rest of it when Kristen is released and all charges are dropped. So they made that deal with the DA and all the charges were dropped against her. See, this is what I'm talking about. Stefano knows how to make shit happen. And it's a sad shame to see where the DiMeras are today. Pretty much powerless. Like, I never would have thought I would see the day. That's why they need a patriarch of that family. Like, they really do. Somebody strong. Like, if Stefano, I think Andre would have been a strong, you know, patriarch, or even EJ for that matter, to be a successor, because Chad is just not it. Like Chad is doing that family a horrible injustice. Like, ugh. And it was so funny because Chad was sitting here talking to Stefano's portrait, telling him about some, oh, I'm gonna get Abigail back because that's what we do, because we're DiMeras, we get what we want. Chad, shut the hell up, because nothing about you lately has screamed DiMera. I'm sorry, but if you were a real DiMera, y'all family wouldn't be in the shithole that y'all are in today. Like, where's the power behind the family? I remember when DiMera, man, that name would scare the shit out of a cat. Like, come on now. Now today, it just seems like that family is a shell of what it used to be. I just think that that family's cruel nature and their reputation and their power died when Stefano died, pretty much. That's how I see it. Um, Abigail, she still is pretty much not feeling Chad at that point. But she just wanted revenge and stuff on Gwen, which I can't blame her. And Anna was pretty much telling her like, "I need to get her back for that." But she was pretty much telling her like, Abigail also needs to, fix her marriage. But Abigail really kind of didn't want to at that point. I mean, not to say she didn't want to, but it was like she was not letting Chad off the hook because she felt like Chad was not blameless in this. Because think about it, it's the second time he chose somebody else over his wife. And I understand, marriage is not easy because even Anna was telling her like her and Tony went through the ringer over the years in their marriage. Um, and if they could weather those storms, so can Abigail and Chad, which I do believe they can. But it's gonna take a little bit more time. So, but if Abigail wants to fix that marriage, then Chad needs to change up how he does things. Like stop believing every Tom, Dick, and Harry over your wife. What he needs to stop doing. But we shall see if the two of them can get back together and fix their marriage. Anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. I will see y'all all later. Peace.